Hello, fellow YouTubers, this is YouTube Moses here for another one of my critiquing videos where I become such a kiss-ass and talk about how excellent these films are. And the one I'm talking about today is Monster. Based on real events on the character named Aileen Wuornos, a prostitute turned serial killer who ended up killing several men when she was doing some prostitution in 1989 to 1991 when she was apprehended, and also tells about her gay relationship with her partner named Selby, played by Christina Ricci. Whenever I think of actress Charlize Theron, the first thing that comes to mind is her Oscar-winning performance in Monster. And you may think that she may not be able to pull something like this off, but when she's in an inch deep of makeup, wearing a bunch of prosthetics, and putting on plenty of weight, you will not recognize her as the living Barbie doll as she was. And Charlize Theron is able to act with whatever type of material she's given with, but when she's given a role that's more than three-dimensional, then it's phenomenal. And watching this kind of movie, it's kind of hard to keep your eyes set on it because there are a lot of dire scenes in this, and it's really hard to get into something like this considering how doomed the character is, but I like how raw it gets in a lot of scenes.
No. It's not what you think it is, alright?
I know what it is.
No, you don't know my life, Selby. But I know yours. And I've done everything in the whole wide world, hoping that you'd never have to know. So you could go on thinking that people are good and kind, and that should make sense, you know? Because I love that about you, Sel, but I can't.
No, I don't want to hear this, Lee.
I know. But you need to.
We can be as different as we want to be, but you can't kill people.
Says who? I'm good with the Lord. I'm fine with him. And I know how you were raised. All right, and I know how people fucking think out there, and fuck, it's gotta be that way. They gotta tell you that thou shalt not kill shit and all of that. But that's not the way the world works, Selby, because I'm out there every fucking day living it. Who the fuck knows what God wants?
There are also scenes of rape, lesbianism between Aileen and Selby, who, by the way, the real-life character's name is Tyria Moore, who's much more mannish and older looking. Gross. They changed the character's name and most of what Tyria Moore was so that they wouldn't suffer a lawsuit with her. And they were running on a low budget, so that's pretty excusable. Now, a lot of people may be thinking that it's called Monster because of who the main character of Aileen Wuornos is, but there's actually an explanation from the character. From when she was a child, she wanted to ride this Ferris wheel very badly, and when she did, she got incredibly sick from it. And the Ferris wheel is a metaphor for wanting something very badly and not having any foresight of the outcome or consequences that will come in the future. And that's the message that the film revolves around most of the time when it was spoken. This is directed by Patty Jenkins, who directed mostly TV movies and short films, and she wanted to make Monster to be more of a redemption story rather than a flat-out serial killer, and as hard as that may be to try and execute, I thought she did an excellent job of trying to make us feel bad for Aileen Wuornos, even though she may be a crude, rude, unsophisticated killer, we do get that sense of hope that she keeps on throwing into the film, even though we knew that she was doomed from the start when we started watching this. And like I said before, there are a lot of hard-to-swallow scenes that you really want to look away from, but you still want to see what will happen next. So, if you like these films that have a dramatic impact on you, or an emotional rush to you, then Monster is something I would indeed recommend to you. But, if you want a flat-out serial killer movie, then I recommend Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. So, that's all for my critique. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back later. Until then, this is Utah Moses, signing out.